All right. So now that we've talked about a couple examples, what do you think is the cause of Mandela Effect?
So I did tell you this before, but now that it's being recorded, what I've heard is that like when you recall something in your memory, each time you recall it, you are recalling a recollection of your memory.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, the actual like memory itself gets weaker and weaker every time, because at the end of the day, the physical aspect of it, which was you actually experiencing it, gets further and further. And if you think about it, as time goes on, we always forget things. Like if you're not constantly reminded of something, or if you're not constantly practicing something, then your mind just kind of focuses on what's going on. Like let's say you did a job because this was what happened to me. Like, you know, I worked at a certain place for like 5 years. Obviously I knew how to do that job very well. And then I left and did other jobs. And then when I came back to that job, like, oh shit, I feel like I'm just starting. Like it's my first day and I don't know what I'm doing. But you have to get back in the habit of it. And that's kind of like the thing of like just time. A lot of these things right here, the Mandela effects, the common thing is that it was from a long time ago. And it's easier to remember things that maybe make more sense or look better. And it's all kind of just bullshit to me. I'm not going to lie. I know that's a controversial opinion, but
yeah, before we were talking about it, and when I was doing more research, I just wanted to believe that it was some mystical science sci-fi shit.
Mm-hmm.
But after going through the examples, like I could see how it's definitely the possibility of a misconception that people have.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like the GIF logo, where you remember it going all the way, and like how, because I'm a logo designer,
mm-hmm.
or a branding designer, so it would make sense like if it was Jiffy, like the way it would wrap around the jar.
Yeah,
it'd be too much.
The letters go from top to bottom, and if you were to put the word Jiffy on that jar and be able to display it in like one angle, those letters would be a lot skinnier.
Mm-hmm.
We know the GIF letters are fat. Everyone knows that. But it kind of could be like that thing, like you could see the GIF jar and think that there is an FF. You could think that it ends in Jiffy, but it's just on the other side of the jar, because all you can see is the GIF. Who's going to turn the jar and really check? When you're not buying them, you don't do that.
Yeah.
You just see GIF, 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 and it's like, oh, like